Just as I finished the crossbow review of Nick Springman's crossbow, I heard a buzz at the door, and this arrived. Now, I took the outer packaging off already, but I realized that I should probably do something a little more special. I should do an unboxing, because this is FakeSteel's arming sword. I'm going to very carefully open this up, and we're going to get our first look. As you can see, it was wrapped in an old Dell box. And here we have it open. Let's take it out. Got a pretty good amount of padding on it. So, oh, I'm excited. I'm going to take this off. I was treating this like a real sword for a second because I was so used to like oils and stuff coming off, and I was like, oh god, I'm going to touch it, I'm going to get all oily. But no, this is not a real sword. Though it convinced me already, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see where the balance is. So about there. I think it looks really, really lovely. A lot of the Calamasil guards, they're very floppy, and like it's to their credit, they can move in incredible ways and survive. Whereas this one is much stiffer. I went for a brass octagonal pommel. Here's the pommel. We have a red leather wrapped handle, a charcoal based guard, and then a more steel based blade. Now I'm going to give you a small demonstration of the flex of this so you can kind of see how it squishes. Definitely squishy. Let's try it this way. Give it a little bit of a stress test. Nothing too crazy. Wiggle it a bit. And it looks fine. Give it a stress wiggle. And I don't see any deforming. Definitely a beefier blade. This is also heavier than I would expect. Not that I'm super against it. It's very well weighted. So as you can see, I have no trouble moving it around. But it's definitely heavier than I would expect. This is something that you might want to have a little bit more control with. This is something that a veteran will be able to use and be able to rock on the field a little bit more than your average first goer that, you know, might pick this up and then whack someone in the back of the leg in a pretty uncomfortable place. The most prominent part about this blade is its beauty. This is probably one of the coolest looking arming swords in the LARP world I have ever seen. I love this look. It is sleek, it is fashionable. This is a sword that I would love to be buried with if I died. It's really nice looking. It's a work of art, and they've done a great job showing that they put artistry in their work. It will be straight at home on the field. Everywhere it goes, it will turn heads, and it feels so nice in the hand. One of the cool parts about this is that I was able to choose the colors of the whole thing's makeup. Maybe my arms are just weak. Because that actually doesn't feel too bad. I went and grabbed my Calamasil and this and started whacking myself with sufficient force with each. Pretty good shots to the leg, to the arms, to the body. And honestly, this didn't actually hurt that much more than the Calamasil. It was not substantial. I'm interested to see what other people think about this. I'm going to get some opinions. I'm going to get some people to talk about it. I'm going to use it, and we're going to see how it all goes. Because this is just the beginning. We're just gonna do some just regular sparring, okay? You got me. All right. Do it again. Go a little bit harder. You got me. All right, a little bit harder. Good, okay. What percentage do you think you were swinging at right there? Like if you had to throw some kind of number out.
Somewhere between 30 to 50.
Okay. Okay. One more, just a little bit harder. Okay. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because that was like, what, 40%?
Probably between 40 and 70.
Okay.
That's a high rate. I'm bad with ranging my own.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll just call it like 60%.
Okay.
That's not too bad for this. Thank you, by the way.
All right, so I'm just gonna do a thigh shot because it has the largest surface area outside of like my arms or chest, but it's not easy to get a full length hit. So I'll do 2 strikes and then 1 strike on the armored part for each. So first with like light touch, second one with a stronger hit, and I'm wearing a knee pad, so I'm gonna go for straight on the knee. I'll try the other one. So the hard, just feeling this, like even the hard hit wasn't that bad, or not even like kind of marks or anything, so I like that. Just set that down. So same thing with this one, light hit, hard hit. Okay, so lots of flex on this, and then knee pad. All right, so this one is not as hard, but one thing I really am worried about is the flex. But I can also see, because it has a shorter striking area, you can get some weird parts where like you hit somebody's thumb or whatever and like really hurt. But hitting like a thigh, I don't really see too big of a difference between the two. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Surprise!
This one is more ouchy. I mean, I think it's because it has a sharper edge, so it bites a little bit more. It feels more like a pain, whereas this one feels more like an impact. That being said, this does not feel super light either, but I think this one's a little more ouchy.
This sword feels fantastic. For me, I generally want a sword that's more balanced than this one because the heft is in the back is extremely balanced for me. So I really enjoy it.
A very big shout out to my New York City fighters who helped me with this video. I didn't actually tell them that much going into it. I kind of just handed them these swords and said, hey, talk about them, compare them, hit yourselves with them, all that kind of stuff. And you know, you even saw in the video, the first person that talks about it, the first fighter, Nick, actually starts going into kind of almost a review of the Kalamasil Sir Radzig sword. So I didn't really tell them much, but I thought the results were actually really interesting. Now, I thought it was necessary to get second opinions because I myself, along with the fighters that I talked to, are more boffer-based fighters. We don't actually do enough latex stuff in my mind to be considered experts at it. However, I did also want to get as much information as possible, so I thought that just doing this by myself was not going to be enough. I needed other opinions and I needed to see what other people said about these things. I feel like this product really deserves as much coverage as I can give it, and I feel like you at home deserve as much research as I can give you. Because at the end of it all, it's not really about me, it's about you and this sword right here. It's about, is this right for you? Is this going to work for your game? And that's really what I wanted to try and help answer here with this video. I also wanted to show a little bit more love for this project because I really do believe in this product, and I feel like it deserved that love. And I feel like you deserve the respect of me getting as many facts as possible. So by my own standards and by my own understanding, I believe this sword does hold up to American, US LARP standards in my country, in my area, with the people that I've talked to. Every game is different, and every single person in those games' calibrations are going to be different as well, whether they're swinging this or getting hit by it. So I could never really give just a solid yes or no. Yes, it's going to be a legal weapon in every single game. No, it'll never be allowed in any game. That's not how these games work. There are a lot of games with very different mechanics and very different safety regulations that go into them. What I can say though is that I think this is a stellar product, and I think that I'm very happy with it. I think my money was well spent, and I think that there will be games that will let me take this onto the field. And I think those games in the US will be very happy when they see the quality of this product. Now let's also get into the customization of this sword. I want to talk a bit about how I went through purchasing it. As you know, FakeSteel isn't exactly a large company like Kalamasil or Epic Armory, so you do have to contact FakeSteel Armory themselves in order to get a sword or weapon made for you. I was told basically it took, 20 to 30 days. It took mine about 28 days or so to be made, and then within a week and a half, it was at my doorstep. The purchasing process was actually really smooth. The person I talked to through FakeSteel's Facebook page was really wonderful to talk to. They loved showing off their game, and they were basically willing to answer any question I had. The total came out to 2,800 CZK, which turns to about 129, 130 USD, which included the shipping. In total, it was about 130 USD for this, shipping included. But that's not everything that happened. There was a huge process behind the curtain that I got to be a part of, and that was the customization process. This I got to choose. So I chose the colors of every single part, and that is because there are 3 different options for each thing. The leather has options for black, brown, and red. I got the red right here, and the metal has options for graphite, brass, and steel. And you can see I actually got all 3 on mine. We have the brass down here, the graphite up here on the guard, and the steel on the blade. But there's even more customization that you can do. They also offer 3 different cores that you can have built into your blade, from a rectangular core to a heavier rectangular core that's more suitable for heavy hitting, or the circular core. I went with the circular core. It doesn't necessarily as much act like a real blade as the rectangular core would, but it is very durable, and I figured for my first sword, I wanted something that was going to last. The blade foam is also incredibly durable. This does not need any particular maintenance. It does not need to be treated against weather or anything. It is a very resistant, very tough blade. It's going to last a while. It's not going to crumble away if you don't maintain it. Less maintenance is better in my opinion. The most maintenance you'll ever need to do is if it gets a cut in it from maybe hitting someone's armor, you can glue it up with a flexible type of glue, which FakeSteel Armory's Facebook page actually sent me the link to. So, perfect. There's also tons of different designs you can have for your pommel, your guard, your blade even can be different. There's different hand wraps, 2 different, the regular, which is what I got, and the deluxe. They have different weapons like falchions. There is so much that you can get from FakeSteel Armory. They undoubtedly have something that will fit with your kit. And this is now a product that I've really come to believe in. I'm very excited to back this product. I'm very excited to have one right here in the United States, as I don't know if many people in the United States have any of these, or maybe I might be one of the first. So all in all, in my conclusion, I think this is wonderful, and I cannot wait to take it out to a game. I hope this has helped some people out there make an educated decision on whether or not this product might be right for them, and I hope that FakeSteel has tons of success in their future, because I will definitely be purchasing from them again.